Welcome back. This is Mr. Hassan's Maths channel, and I am now answering question number 25 from the October-November 2022 paper for the Cambridge IGCSE Paper 2 Variant 1. And this question here is about probability. So a bag contains 5 red balls, 4 blue, and 3 green. Megan picks a ball at random. Write down the probability that the ball is red or blue. So red or blue, there's 5 plus 4, which is 9. And the total is going to be 5 plus 4 plus 2, which is 12. So it's going to be 9 out of 12, which is 3/4. So let me write that over there. So the probability of red or blue is going to be 5 plus 4 over 12, which is 9 over 12. Now, you should really write this in its simplest form. Okay? I know the mark schemes for probabilities always have like even really big unsimplified fractions, but really you should write your answers to, in the simplest form, and you can check to see that your answer is the same as the mark scheme by simplifying the mark scheme answer. Just put it in your calculator and see that it gives you the same fraction as yours. So Megan replaces the ball. She picks a ball at random, notes the color, and replaces the ball. So basically, Megan, she puts that ball back, the one that she picked that could have been red or blue, right? That's the probability of being red or blue. And then she picks a ball at random. She notes the color and replaces the ball back. She repeats this 60 times. So calculate the number of times the ball is expected to be red or blue. Well, the probability of it being red or blue is 3 out of 4 on one pick. So in 60 picks, it's going to be 3 over 4 times 60. So that's going to give you 4 goes into 60, 15. That's going to be 45 times. It doesn't mean it's going to be exactly 45 times that it's going to come out as red or blue, because this is something which is based upon chance. But that's from the probabilities, that's what we expect, something like 45. So that would be the expected or theoretical probability. All right, so there's a difference between theoretical probability and actually what's going to happen. It's not the same always. So it says Mick picks 2 out of the 12 balls at random without replacement. Calculate the probability that the balls are of different colors. So let's just recap again. We have 5, 4, 3, 5 red, 4 green, and 3, was it? Sorry, 4 blue and 3 green. 5 red, 4 blue, and 3 green. Okay, so he picks 2 balls at random without replacement. Calculate the probability that the balls are different colors. So for them to be different colors, I mean, there's lots of different arrangements we could get for different colors. All right, so if we were to draw a tree, for example, we would have, red, blue, green, and then you'd have from that red, blue, green, red, you have all these different outcomes. And we'll have to basically choose all the ones that are different. Now, what would be easy for us to do, okay, which has less kind of combinations, are the ones that are the same. So either, if we find the probability that all the balls are both the same, both red or both blue or both green, that's a kind of a smaller kind of calculation than calculating them being all different. Red or blue or red, red or green or red or green or red, and so on. Okay, that's going to be quite a lot. So what we can do is we can say the probability that they are different is equal to 1 minus the probability that they are the same color. Okay, that will be the same. If they're not the same, they'll be different. So 1 minus the probability of the same will give us the answer. It will combine together all the probabilities of where they're different, basically. Okay, so we can have 1 minus the probability. Now I'll put this in brackets. Either they're both red. The other outcome is they're both blue. The other outcome is they're both green. Okay, so these are all the different probabilities that we could have where there will be the same color. And 1 minus that will be they're different. So we have 1 minus. Now, there is without replacement. So you take a ball and you put it back. So there's 12 balls altogether. So for the first pick, you're going to have 5 reds, if they're going to consider both reds. 5 reds out of 12. Then for the second pick, so we put times 4 reds out of 11. There'll be 1 less altogether and then 1 less red. Plus, for blue and blue, you got 4 blues out of 12 times. Now there's 3 blues left out of 11. plus, for the greens, similar kind of thing, 3 greens out of 12 times 2 greens out of 11. That will give us our answer. Okay, that will give us our answer. So we have 1 minus, in brackets, we have 5 over 12 times 4 over 11. Whoops. Times 4 over 11. Okay, then plus, then another fraction will be 4 over 12. What am I doing? 4 over 12 times 3 over 11. Then plus, you're going to have 3 over 12 times 2 over 11. Okay, close that bracket. And that will give us our answer, which is 47 over 66. So 47 over 66. Hold on, did I do 1 minus? Let me check. Yes, I did. Yeah, so that's 47 over 66. That is the probability that the balls are all different colors. All right, that's part B. Now, part C, here we have a question where it says, Marie picks a ball at random without replacement. Again, without replacement. That means you don't put them back once she's picked them. From the 12 balls. When she picks a green, she stops. The probability that she picks a green ball on pick n is 21 over 220. Find the value of n. So now we have 12 balls. Again, we have 5, 4, 3, 5 red, 4 blue, and 3 green. So we're concerned with whether the ball is green or not, because if she picks a red or a blue, she'll continue. So let's class these together. There's 9 that are not green, and there are 3 that are green. That's how we can classify them, because we're concerned with whether the ball is green or not. So she's going to keep picking until a green happens, and we got to find on which pick that will take place. Now, because we have without replacement here, it's not as easy as a type of question where you keep replacing. Like, for example, if you keep replacing it, it would be like, for the first pick, you would have 9 out of 12, and then you'd keep getting 9 out of 12, 9 out of 12, 9 out of 12 times, and then you'd have 3 out of 12. Okay, and then you basically have 9 over 12 to the power of n times 3 over 12, and that's equal to 21 over 220, and that would give you your answer for n. You could work out your answer using the laws of indices or whatever. It will be something like this, okay? Because you will have that same probability each time because you're replacing the ball. Now, this doesn't work because it's without replacement. So every time this thing changes. So it's not going to be something to the power of n. It's not going to be something, that number of times. In fact, that would be to the power of n minus 1. And then the last one would be the one where it comes out as green. So then you'd work out what n is that way. Okay, that's if there is replacement when you put the ball back. In this case, it's a bit more complicated, and the only way to do, the way to do this is really, that's why this is the last question on the paper, and they didn't assign it too many marks because they don't want students to lose too many marks over it. But it's the best way to deal with this is just by trial and error. There's not really any simple algebraic way for IGCSE students to answer this as far as I can think of. So I would just use trial and error. So I would say, okay, for the first pick, let's say picked a green, 9 out of 12. Okay, let's say they picked a green again, 8 out of 11. Okay, and then picked a green again, that would be 7 over 10. Okay, now, sorry, not picked a green. My bad. I'm saying didn't pick a green. Okay, when you pick a green, you stopped. Let's start that again. So 9 out of 12, not a green. So that's like not a green. Times, let's say 8 out of 11, not a green, because there's 8 balls and there's 11 balls, 8 green balls and 11 left. And then let's say we want to try it out and see, will this work? Just suppose she picks a green of this one. So there's 3 greens, but there's only 10 balls left. All right. Does that give us this answer? So we can do a little trial. We can check. We can do 9 times 8 times 3 over 12 times 11, 11 times 10. Now, if it gives us 21 over 220, we know we're correct. So it doesn't, so we know we've got to continue. So that 3 over 10 doesn't belong here. Okay, that 3 over 10 doesn't belong here. That 3 over 10, okay, in fact, I won't do this. I'll just cross it off. We have to carry on as if it's not green. So that's going to be 7 over 10. Let's try now 3 over 9. Let's see if that works. So we had times 3. Let's just change this now to put 12 times 10, 11 times 10 times, let's put times 9. And on top, we're going to have just times 7 there, times 3. That gives us 7 over 55. That still doesn't work. So let's carry on a bit further. Let's now put times 6 out of 9 times 3 out of 8, because the last one has to be a green. So that's not green again, and then green. Let's see if that gives us what we want. So we're going to just put times 8 at the bottom here. And on the top, you're going to have times 7 times 6 times 3. And that gives us what we want. See, so we get 210. 21 over 220. So this is n equals, that's the first pick, the second pick, the third pick, the fourth pick, the fifth pick. So when n equals 5, okay, that's the pick on which the probability that she picks a green ball is going to be 221 over 220. So that's really the only way I can see that we can answer this question, okay, in a simple IG type of knowledge way. And I think other ways would just be way too complicated. If there is an algebraic way to do it, I don't think it would be of that level of IGCSE students. So the last question of the paper, I think. So it's a bit of a thinking one, and that's why they put such questions sometimes at the last one. So that completes this particular question from this October-November 2022 paper 2 variant 1. Other questions from this particular paper will be found in the playlist that will appear over here. Other questions from the topic of probability can be found in this playlist. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking on this link, and you can watch a video here which tells you how to use my channel to find what you're looking for. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.